the Orange Box. Ooh. Yeah, not him, me. Anyway, if you're watching this, the Orange Box was more than likely an incredibly important and impactful collection of games for you. You likely all have your favourite game from the pack. But for those of you that aren't as familiar, the Orange Box contains 3 of Valve's most iconic franchise entries, in Half-Life 2, Portal, and Team Fortress 2. And after the positive response to my Half-Life 1 video, I've decided to cast as wide a net as possible and kill 3 birds with 1 stone, in what I'm calling the ultimate LEGO Orange Box Diorama. If you enjoy this video and want more, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, and definitely consider supporting me on Patreon. Keeps the channel alive. Also, this video is not for kids, so parents beware. The games that these are based on are violent, so don't get mad if I swear, okay? Enough waffling. Let's start with the first section. Half-Life 2. Before we talk about details or figures, I want to take this moment to say that these don't intend to represent a specific moment or location, but more capture the essence of each game to the best of my ability. Let's get on with the figures. First off is Gordon Freeman, using the same body as my previous Half-Life 1 sets, with printed orange legs and waist, printed grey torso, the reddish-brown swept-back hair, and a new, slightly more jaded face print. Don't take his hair off, because it might be the perfect Walter Whitehead. Next is Alex Vance. She has the Ninjago Kai hairpiece in black with a brown bandana. She's wearing a winning smirk, the hood accessory, and a brown jacket with blue jeans. Dog is nowhere to be found, but maybe that's for a future video. Next up is Eli Vance. He has the short afro hairpiece in grey, a faded grey beard, a dark green vest over top the iconic Brookwood University sweater, a khaki leg as well as a silver peg leg. If my resources were unlimited, I would have used the more up-to-date prosthetic leg piece, but I'm just a mere man. Next up are 2 civilians. The first one is quite dejected and beat up, most likely by one too many Metro cops. He's got the all too familiar blue jumpsuit from City 17 with a brown hairpiece. The second citizen is a little bit more stern and jaded. He's tired of City 17 and he's not far off joining the rebellion. He has the spiky grown out afro piece in black with a firm expression. Next is Wallace Breen, the man who sold out the world to the Combine. He has the slicked back hair in grey, as well as a full beard and a vacant stare. He sports his beige suit and black turtleneck underneath. Hope that guy turns into a grub one day. Next up, the Metro Cop. This figure would not have been possible without the help of Mochi, who modelled this amazing headpiece that the figure's wearing. They also made the second most popular Gmod FNAF add-on ever. Small world. I found their models from a post they had made on Lambda Generation a few months ago, and they were generous enough to provide them for me. So I've left their Newgrounds link in the description. Please give them some love. Back to the fig. They have that incredible headpiece on top of a solid black head. Also a black printed torso, grey arms, and black hands, with dual moulded black and grey legs. And of course, is holding a stun stick. The final figure for this section, the Combine Elite. He too has an absolutely incredible headpiece and collar piece thanks to Mochi. He also has the printed white torso and printed white arms with black hands, as well as dual moulded white legs with black boots. In addition, he is holding a pulse rifle. Now, let's talk about this set. At the very top, the Citadel. This structure towers over the entire set, made mostly of long plates and flat tiles, as well as a few grate pieces and slope pieces. In addition to this, there are some special plates that connect to the wires of the set. If we follow the wires to the right, you can see the silhouette of City 17 in shades of pink. Initially, this might seem like a strange choice, but I think it captures the late afternoon haze of a sunset quite well. Initially, I did shades of grey and light blue to get that overcast look, but it looked like shit, bro. It just didn't look good. I don't know what to tell you. More in the foreground, we have a catwalk intended to evoke or represent the energy substations in City 17, connected to an orangey yellow and grey building. On top is a broken balcony with a slanted grey tiled roof, some lights, and a plank to walk across the nearby building. Below is a removable wall that reveals a miniature version of Kleiner's lab, which includes 2 orange fluid containers and a soon-to-be teleported cactus. In the plaza, there is a stone pillar, on which there are some transparent blue flags to represent Breen casts, as well as a few stray explosive barrels and boxes. To the left, the archways are intended to evoke the train station entrance a little, but you can interpret that however you like. On top of the archways, there is a structure with more Combine-style architecture, and this is where I would place the Breen minifigure if the set existed in real life, watching over the plaza. In the corner, there are a couple of posters promoting the Combine's regime. Finally, the floor of this set is a crumbled city tile design using various colours of ingot pieces and 2x2 tiles, as well as a few slopes for damage. This section also comes with a detachable minifigure stand for a more neat display. The set feels a little bare though, so let's throw these minifigures on there. Looking good. Right, let's move on to the next section. Team Fortress 2. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not the most knowledgeable TF2 fan, but...
If that ain't the truth.
Sammy?
Yeah, it's me, the #1 TF2 fan, here to info bomb about this piece of shit game.
Have you been here this whole time?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Don't
Go model
call
my
me that.
nuts in Blender, nerd.
Whatever.
Fuck.
Okay.
Now onto these minifigures. Let's start with the Scout. He's on Team Red. He's got a black baseball cap with his fancy gray headphones. Probably Beats or like Apple AirPods or something. He's got a silly goofy face, his crazy buck teeth. He's got a blank red torso with dual molded arms, a black satchel, and gray legs with black boots. He's using his classic, iconic silver baseball bat. Next we have the Soldier, God's gift to America. He's the one they're talking about when they say back the blue. He's got a silver soldier helmet over a happy, almost crazed expression. He's got a light blue overcoat print with grenade sash and belt. He's got fabric coattails, blue arms, and light blue legs with black boots, holding his classic rocket launcher, ready to blow up any commies. Next we have the Pyro, the mystery of Manco. He's on Team Red. He's got a solid black head with goggles printed on, with a gas mask accessory. He's got a printed red torso with dual molded arms and legs, naturally holding his flamethrower. Now we have the drunk Scottish Cyclops himself, the Demo Man. He's on Team Blue, rocking a black beanie with dashing facial hair, almost as good as Mikopath's. Anyways, he's got armor accessories with white and blue arms with blue and black legs. He's holding his grenade launcher. Now, we have the icon, the mascot, Heavy. He's on Team Blue. He's got a flesh-colored head with Heavy's great, big, almost crazed maniac smile. He's got a brick minifig hybrid torso, which I think is kinda cool, with dual-molded Hagrid arms, which I didn't know existed until I read this script. He's got 3/4 legs and a giant fucking minigun. Now, we have the brains of the operation, the engineer, Del Conager himself. He's on Team Red, with a yellow hard hat. He's got his famous goggles and his token smirk. He's smarter than you, and he knows it. He's got a red torso with beige overalls, dual molded arms, including a yellow glove, and his wrench, ready to build a sentry nest right next to the intelligence. Now, we have the lifeline of the team, the medic. He's on Team Blue. He's got black combed hair with that instantly recognizable face. He's got dual molded arms with medical gloves, medical coat torso print with fabric coattails, and dual molded legs. He's wielding his classic medigun, ready to Uber the Day 1 Heavy. And now, the Sniper. He's on Team Red. He's got a beige, wide brim hat with the folded side. Badass. He's got his classic face, gaunt with the chops. Those succulent chops, better than Mike's, honestly. He's rocking a brown torso with jacket and red tee print. He's got dual molded arms, one red and flesh, and one red and a brown glove. Brown legs with black boots, and armed with his sniper rifle. Classic. Not like the classic, but you know, his sniper rifle. And that's a joke only TF2 fans are gonna understand. Up top. And finally, we have the Spy. He's on Team Blue. He's got a blue head with his balaclava print. He's got a fancy light blue suit with his $10,000 satin black gloves and boots. He has his trusty Balisong butterfly backstabber knife. And now, onto the set. Starting with the backdrop. A light blue sky with dainty, white, cartoonish clouds, giving the set a midday essence. That Saturday morning cartoon sort of vibe. On the left, a distant structure of a red factory peeks over the top of a red shack with a wooden roof. Next to that is a large rock face, as well as a short walkway with a ladder for the characters to climb. As the centerpiece of this set, there's a blue tower with a sloped arrow-shaped roof with a long chimney spewing out smoke. This sits on top of a sloped roof that goes over the lower entrance tunnel that leads to the Half-Life section. Of course, it's all tied together with the rails and the iconic red payload bomb. Topping it all off are the subtle landscape designs with the spattering of plants for decor. Now that the only section of this video is over, I'll be seeing you. Check me out on Twitch and dislike this video.
He's got away with words, that cat. Anyway, it's on to the final segment. Portal. Luckily, the figure segment for this was very easy because there's only one minifigure and LEGO already made her for me. But this is Chell. She's got the brown ponytail, a neutral expression, the white aperture tank top, and dual molded orange and white legs. She's also holding my standard for the portal gun, since I don't have access to the original model and I didn't feel like modeling it. She might be the only figure, but she's not the only character. The main draw of this section is the one and only GLaDOS. Admittedly, not as insanely detailed as her appearance in LEGO Dimensions, but still immediately striking and recognizable. She has 5 points of posable articulation, which are here, 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 and here. And I promise I'll animate her in motion in just a little bit. Now you might be looking at her and asking, Mike, is she structurally stable? Come over here. Come here.
Dr. Freeman, I presume.
Let's cover the rest of this section from left to right. First, the orange portal, using a mixture of flame pieces and a curved tile exterior on the white wall. This portal is also slightly raised as opposed to the other ground level doors, and this is remedied by a small staircase that connects to the Half-Life 2 section. Further right, there is a structurally sound raised platform connected to a doorway, which is the exit to the chamber, along with some circular transparent blue tiles leading towards the floor. I'm really happy with the door frame on these, with their rounded edges achieved by snot techniques. I haven't been mentioning that so far, but the majority of this entire build is based on snot techniques, which we'll cover when we talk briefly about the base of the set. Also, while we're here, if you have commented or intend to comment that I should put this on LEGO Ideas, I'm not going to. It's a fruitless effort. Half-Life 2 and TF2 are not allowed. Anywho, moving further right, we have the blue portal, using all the same techniques as the orange portal, but get this, it's blue! Below that is a wall panel that has been popped open, containing mostly some black grate tiles, but it also contains a printed 2x2 tile with the scribbles of Doug Ratman, including the cake is a lie, the tally of past days, a little illustration of a companion cube going through a portal, and an inky LEGO handprint. Finally, we have the entrance doorway, with a slightly wider and more defined base. Lastly, the walls in general are made almost entirely of 2x2 tiles, with the exception of where the set edges are, of course. There are also a few half tiles and jumper plates for texture. Now for the floor details, starting with this raised platform. I actually really like this little build. I think it looks super clean and it gives the set a little bit more dimension and visual flair. On top, there is the ever iconic turret. Valve really does make iconic stuff. Good and occasionally bad. Next to that is the giant red button, on top of which is a companion cube. I'll admit that I'm very lucky LEGO already made one of these for LEGO Dimensions, so I just used the same build from those sets in this one. There are also more transparent blue 1x1 circular tiles, and 1x2 rounded tiles leading towards the door. Finally, there's... No. Okay, so the way I'm recording this is I'm looking over screenshots that I took of the set, and I just realized that faith plates are not in Portal 1. I'm a fraud. Please forgive me. We'll take this as a blessing. If you want this to be a Portal 2 build, now it is. There's the jump pad. Finally, the floor is once again made almost of 2x2 dark grey tiles. And that's the set, but we're not done here. Finally, let's talk about this base a little briefly. This set being in thirds created a lot of unique challenges, and I won't go in crazy detail, but if you saw the underside of this set, you would see what's taking up most of the piece count. Each floor segment is made mostly of plates and snot plates, and the walls are made entirely of standard bricks and snot bricks. In the corners, there are some hinge bricks, not to bend, but to enhance the structural integrity of the set. During the design process of this set, I noticed a fatal flaw. Not everybody is gonna own a turntable. I mean, I certainly don't. And of course, most people are likely gonna want to display all 3 games at the same time. So that took a first draft that looked like this and turned it into the set you're seeing. And you might be wondering, well, that's still circular. Where's the solution? I'm gonna let the set do the talking. And that is the ultimate Orange Box Lego diorama. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed building it, working on this video. It's been an absolute blast. I want to say that my next project is going to be a Lego Batman related thing. However, I also have these sitting around. Thank you so much for watching. If you got this far, thank you. If you enjoyed it, you know, like and subscribe and blah blah blah. You probably have that add-on that skips it, but if you don't and you're hearing my words, thank you for watching. It's much appreciated. Subscribe to the Patreon if you can, it would help me a lot. I've been Mikopath, and I hope you have a good day wherever you are.